These are the 9 greatest musical artists of all time. Number 9 is David Bowie.
I can definitely agree with that one.
David Bowie. This
Love
is the
David.
8th greatest musical artist of all time. It is Bach.
Bach. Okay, good. So we got the
J.S.
classicals.
Bach.
Yes.
This is the 7th greatest musical artist of all time. Jimi Hendrix.
All right, good list. Great way to start this off.
The 6th greatest musical artist of all time is worth $20 if you can guess it.
Let's do Gene Simmons.
Gene
Throw
Simmons.
some Gene in there.
Gene Simmons. If Gene Simmons is the 6th greatest musical artist of all time, you win $20. Number 6 is Michael Jackson. Oh.
I was expecting him in the top 5.
Yeah, I would have thought so too. All right, here we go now. $50 if you can guess the 5th greatest musical artist of all time.
Greatest musical artist of all time.
And this is based on people's votes. Almost 2 million people voted on this list.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 million people's opinions. Let's throw Hove in there. Let's see Jay-Z.
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 Jay-Z. Here we go. Jay-Z. If Jay-Z is the 5th greatest musical artist of all time, you win $50. Number 5 is Led Zeppelin.
Ooh, excellent choice.
Yeah.
I love me some Zeppelin.
So bands count too. It's not
Okay,
just individuals,
so,
it
all right,
seems.
good.
All right, I'm going to turn this up, right side up, and I'll throw in another $50. $100 if you can guess the 4th greatest musical artist of all time, as voted on by almost 2 million people.
You know what? Let's circle around. Throw Tchaikovsky in there.
Tchaikovsky.
Love some
Yeah,
Tchaikovsky.
really going back to the classics.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. $100. The 4th greatest musical artist of all time is Queen.
Oh, come on. That was actually going to be my number 1.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh my
no, I'm in
God.
trouble.
Here we go. Number 3, $100. $150 if you can guess the 3rd greatest musical artist of all time.
Man, let's go with the Beatles.
The Beatles.
We're going to see them. They're
The
going to be on
Beatles.
here
Hey, we
somewhere.
saw Led Zeppelin. We saw Queen.
Yeah.
Beatles are usually regarded to be a better band. The 3rd greatest musical artist of all time. If it's the Beatles, you win $150. Number 3 is the Beatles.
There we go.
You got it.
There we go.
You got it.
All right.
Take that cash.
There we go.
Take that money.
Woohoo.
Here we go. $100. $200. We have not seen any rap or hip hop yet.
We have not.
But we also haven't seen blues. We haven't seen jazz.
So
you know?
many genres and artists to consider.
Country. I haven't seen
And
country.
we haven't seen any country, and there's really only a few names that
Yeah.
could be regarded in country, but
Who's number 2? 3 seconds.
let's go Johnny Cash.
Johnny
Just
Cash.
because you were saying country.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Johnny
Everyone
Cash.
loves Johnny Cash.
Ooh,
You changing it?
I'm going to switch it to Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra.
We're going to go with Sinatra. He's a little more like than
He's a
Johnny
legend.
Cash.
Here we
Yeah.
go. $200. If you can guess the 2nd greatest musical artist of all time, number 2 is Beethoven. Oh, we didn't have him. We had Mozart. We
yeah.
had Bach.
Yeah.
Did we? I don't know.
I don't think we saw Mozart yet. But
Okay.
I was going to say, I
All right,
personally
so-
think Mozart's better than Beethoven. But
All right, so we haven't seen Mozart. We haven't seen the Rolling Stones. We haven't seen Whitney Houston. We haven't seen like Louis Armstrong or
It
Miles
really seems
Davis.
like
We haven't
they're-
seen Tupac. We haven't seen, Beyonce or
But when you're
Julie
talking
Andrews.
about the greatest of all time, I'm actually pretty proud of this list for containing the classical composers. And
Mm-hmm.
if you were to ask me, I would say Mozart is better than Beethoven.
Mm-hmm.
Don't string me up by my toes.
Yeah, well, he did a lot of stringing.
He sure did.
He did a lot
But
of
I
stringing.
think I don't think they would do that many classical artists. So number one's going to be tough for me. I think it will swing modern. It's got to be who is the greatest musical artist of all time?
Who else in that rat pack? There's Sinatra. There's
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin.
He's
Yeah.
great. He's great. But
Yeah.
I think it's got to be someone that
Eric Clapton, great on guitar.
it's got to be somebody that's recognized worldwide for all time. Ah, man, I
3
can't-
seconds.
I can't fight.
2
it.
seconds.
It's Mozart. It's got to be.
It's got to be Mozart. Yeah,
It's gotta be Mozart.
I don't know enough about classical music. Is he
I mean, it
considered
could be Yo-Yo Ma, but
right? Is
yeah.
Mozart considered to be better than Bach and
I think so.
Beethoven?
Yes,
and,
I think for the most part, they say that his music is mathematically composed as well as.
oh wow. Okay, so if Mozart is the greatest musical artist of all time, you win $250. Number 1 is